Now we shall consider various kinds of NFAs, or we shall take the examples where we have solved the DFA problems, and for the same problems I want to construct the NFAs and show you the difference between NFA and DFA. Let us say I want to accept a language where every string starts with A, and for all the problems I am going to discuss, sigma is going to be A comma B only. So now my problem is I want to accept set of all strings which are going to start with A. So how does the NFA looks like? So NFA is very simple. It should start with A and then I don't care what happens later. And this is NFA, that's it. This is just NFA. If you look at it as a DFA, it is not a complete DFA, because for this state A, I didn't give you what to do on small b. For this state A, I didn't show you what to do on small b. But if I leave it like that, it is simply an NFA. NFA is starting with A. If it starts with A, I am going to accept anything. So let us see an example. Let us say what happens on AB. Capital A on small a is going to capital B, and capital B on small b is going to capital B. Therefore, I am going to accept it. Now let us say what happens on BA. Capital A on small b, it doesn't have any move, therefore it is going to end there. This is also called as dead configuration. Dead configuration is nothing but if I am in a state A and if I am looking at a symbol small a or small b, if I don't have any move further, this means that I have hit a dead configuration. In case of DFA, we don't have dead configuration, but in case of NFA, we might hit dead configuration. In case of DFA, the dead configuration is actually replaced by the trap state. Or if you have to understand this in detail, maybe you can think of it this way. Let us take a DFA for the same problem. DFA for the same problem looks like this: A, B, A comma B, and if the string is going to start with B, I am going to kill it. The main difference between NFA and this DFA is, in DFA we have something called as dead state or dead state, and in NFA we are not going to have dead state, we will be just entering the dead configuration. So the main difference between DFA and NFA is, in NFA we need not put the dead states. So that is the main difference between these two. So that is the NFA, which accepts set of all strings starting with A. Now let us say I had to accept set of all strings containing A. So NFA is very simple. I don't care what happens in the beginning. If I see A, it means containing A, and then I'll accept it. Simple. Let us say L3 is ends with A. Then I don't care what happens in the beginning. If it ends with A, I am going to accept it. So starting with A is, I don't care what happens after I see A, that's it. And I don't care what happens at the beginning and the ending, it should contain A. And I don't care what happens at the beginning, it should end with A, right? And let's say I have to consider the language L4 where all strings starts with AB. Now all the strings should start with AB. Therefore, all the strings should start with AB. Then I am going to accept everything. Once they start with AB, I am going to accept everything. And same, contains AB. All the strings should contain AB as the substring. In this case, I don't care what happens in the beginning, A comma B. It should contain A followed by a B, and once it happens I am going to accept everything. And L6 ending with AB ends with AB, which means I don't care what happens in the beginning. If it ends with AB, I'll accept it. So these are the examples, some of the examples for NFAs.